Hello class 10 students. Chapter 12 Electricity. From this chapter some sort of parts I'll discuss today. Listen carefully. My topic regarding electric circuit and symbols. Already you got the definition of electric circuit. Let me say once more. An electric circuit is a continuous closed path, that means without any discontinuity, along which an electric current flows, comprising of a source of power, that is with the help of cell or battery, other circuit elements, that is conducting wire, bulb, switch, plug, key, etc. That is your circuit diagram. It is represented diagrammatically by this way. There is the plug key, you can say switch also, that is single cell, is positive terminal, negative terminal. This is your lamp. As you heard already, current is flowing through positive direction to the negative direction. But flow of current means flow of electrons. Electron is negatively charged, so current should flow from negative to positive actually. But direction of conventional current we can take as a positive to negative, because positive terminal will have higher potential than the negative terminal. Now, a circuit diagram indicates how various components in an electrical circuit have been connected by using symbols for these respective components, and whatever symbols we are using for making a circuit diagram that we are discussing now. That is about your single cell, where longer one, a taller one is positive terminal, shorter one is negative terminal. When so many cells will be connected together, it becomes a battery. Conducting wire, a connecting wire, you can just draw one straight line as a symbol. If the wire is joined, you can make the sketch by this way, or you can use this symbol. When the wires are crossing without being connected, then you can make the sketch like this. Fixed resistor sketch is like this. Variable resistor sketch is like this. Ammeter, that is the symbol by which you can measure the electric current, and it will be connected in series connection in an electrical circuit. This is your voltmeter. To measure the potential difference between any two points, we can use this device. This is another device, galvanometer, which can help us to detect the current is flowing through the conducting wire or not. This is a symbol of bulb or lamps, bulb or lamp. This is open switch. This is closed switch or closed circuit. This is for earthing. These are the respective symbols which we will be using while making circuit diagram. So as I told you, circuit diagram, an electric circuit is a continuous closed path, that is without any discontinuity, along which an electric current flows, comprising of a source of power and other circuit elements, that is conducting wire, bulb, plug, key, etc. will be connected between the terminals of a battery. Diagrammatically you can represent the electrical circuit by this way. Yeah, that is your simple circuit diagram. These are the symbols which we will be using while constructing a simple circuit diagram, while making a circuit diagram. Now, electrical components, appliances like bulb, resistances also, this will be connected with the source in a circuit. There are two ways in which these electrical components can be connected. One is series connection, another is parallel connection. In shortcut, I can tell you, series connection means which will be connected side by side. Parallel connection, which will be either up, down, or left, right, but both has to be parallel to each other. So an electrical circuit, it is a combination of parallel and series connections. This is about your series circuit. You could see here, these two are the resistances. Now resistance can be maybe lamp also, maybe conducting wire also, maybe any other device also who can check the flow of electric current. So in a series circuit, all the electrical appliances are connected one after another, with positive end of the first component towards positive terminal. I repeat again, in a series circuit, all the electrical appliances components are connected one after another with positive end of the first component towards positive terminal of the battery. Then positive end will be connected of the next component, that is with the negative sign, and so on. That means battery positive sign, which side is positive terminal, that will be connected with the first appliance, then second appliance, then third appliance, and so on. By this way, when you are keeping the resistances, any device side by side connection in a particular circuit diagram, that is your series circuit. Whereas parallel circuit will be connected by this way, where all the appliances, resistances, whatever it may be, will be parallel to each other. This is a cell. This first resistance R1, second R2, third R3, and so on. In a parallel circuit, all the electrical appliances have their positive ends connected together with the positive end of the battery, and all the negative ends will be connected with the negative end of the battery. And total current will be split off among them. Whatever amount of current is flowing, it will be split off, but voltage or potential difference will be same. But in case of series connection, same amount of current will flow through each and every resistances. So remember that series connection means connecting side by side. Parallel connection means connecting parallel to each other, whatever device it may be. Now, elaborately I am showing you the symbols again, which we are using to make the circuit diagram. That is single cell, that is battery or combination of many cells where taller one is positive, shorter one is negative. This open switch plug key, that is closed switch plug key also you can call. Already I told about wire joint, wires crossing without any connection, without joining. Electric bulb, you can make this like a filament type. This is your resistance, who can check the flow of current. This variable resistance, which is called by rheostat also. The symbol of ammeter and voltmeter. Now let me talk a little bit about Ohm's law today. Let me explain to you. In 1827, a German physicist, Georg Simon Ohm, he found the relationship between potential difference and current. He proved that potential difference and current both are directly proportional. Potential difference means voltage. That means more voltage if it is coming, more current can be drawn. More voltage, more current. Less voltage, less current. That means potential difference and current both are directly proportional, provided its temperature remains the same. This is known as Ohm's law. So according to Ohm's law, V is the potential difference and I is the current. So V varies I. Both are directly proportional. More voltage, more current will flow. Less voltage, less current will flow, provided the temperature remains same. From this, we can make it V by I equals to constant. This constant we can mark by capital R, which he proved later on, or he called later on as a resistance. Actually R is the constant of proportionality, but later on it is called by resistance. So one of the formula, V by I equals to R, V equals to IR. Even another formula also you can remember from Ohm's law, R is equal to V by I. According to the graph, if we plot current towards x-axis and potential difference towards y-axis, then you will observe that more and more voltage, more and more current will flow. So when you will make the graph will be straight line. So that is your VI graph, voltage current graph for a nichrome wire. There is a straight line plot shows that as the current through a wire increases, potential difference across the wire also increases. That means if voltage is increasing, more current will flow. Voltage is decreasing, less current will flow. Now, regarding resistance, I should say that it is the property of a conductor to resist the flow of charges through it. Standard unit for resistance is ohm, which can be represented by this symbol, which is known as omega also. According to Ohm's law, to calculate resistance, we can use formula V by I. That means if the potential difference across the two ends of a conductor is 1 volt, current through it is 1 ampere, then the resistance R is 1 ohm. So remember that 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt by 1 ampere. So according to Ohm's law, three formulas I am giving you. R is equal to V by I, V is equal to IR, R is equal to V by I, V is equal to IR, and I is equal to V by R. These three formulas we can use with the help of Ohm's law. Again, resistance is equal to V by I. So if the resistance is doubled, the current will be halved, because resistance and current both are inversely proportional. You can see here R is equal to V by I. That means R and V both are directly proportional, and R and I both are inversely proportional. So I should say that if the resistance is doubled, then the current will be halved. In many practical cases, it is necessary to increase or decrease the current in an electrical circuit. A component used to regulate the current without changing the voltage source is called variable resistance. In an electrical circuit, a device which is known as rheostat, often it is used to change the resistance also in the circuit. So today, up to this much only. Please think about circuit diagram, circuit elements, and Ohm's law today. With this, I'll conclude.